Hey guys, this is Sophie from Turquoise Elephant. I wanted to do a video today about my weight loss journey. And I know that a lot of you guys out there are in a similar boat that I was in or that I am in now, trying to get healthy, trying to kind of turn your life around for various reasons. I know some of it has to do with just being overweight, not liking the way that you look, and some of it runs a lot deeper. So I wanted to give you guys just a quick little look into what brought me here and how I lost 50 pounds in 5 months. So growing up, I didn't really have a weight problem. Um, I was just average. I was an average child. I played a lot outside. I had a lot of friends. I had family members. But my mom was overweight. And there was always a really big struggle in my family about making sure that the kids didn't follow the path of my mom. So from a very young age, I can remember being talked to about being overweight and being on diets. And I can remember being 8 years old, and I was just a happy little girl, kind of went through this like chubby phase, like when you're young and you get a super bad haircut, and then suddenly one day all the chubby and it's awkward and you look weird. And I was just not going down a super cute path at the time. But during that time, I remember being told by my grandmother and my mom and some other people in my life, you need to be really careful because you're going to be fat one day. And that sort of started this like downward spiral for me about just being overweight. And I began to have some body image issues because I didn't look how I thought everyone wanted me to look. Everyone's so consumed with like, oh, I look cute in this. Oh, I'm super thin. Oh, like whatever. And it can become really easy to worry about what everyone else thinks and not just staying focused on what you feel about yourself and how good you feel about yourself. So I'm sure some of you can relate to that. So by the time I was 12 years old, I was still pretty thin. I was, wore like a size 0 and felt horrible about myself even though I was thin. I was always really worried about the way that people would see me, and 12 years old is just too young to be worried about something like that. I remember um, sitting down, we had this like big field, and everyone would like go out there and play football and stuff, and or play tag or play with like the kids. And I would just sit there and watch everyone and just be like, oh no, I don't want to play. I'm too girly to play, and I don't want to get dirty, and I don't want to get sweaty, and I don't want to do that. But really the issue was that I didn't want to be out there with everybody seeing me not be able to run, not be cute. I was too fat at, like what, 90 pounds at the time. And, it was bad. And so I guess it sort of started a downward spiral for me there as well, and really kind of just sealed the deal. So by the time I got to college, I had gained about 50 pounds, and I lost a little bit of it. But if you've ever been in that position, you know that it can be really difficult. Once you start trying to lose weight, it seems like it can never, stay off, and you just keep gaining weight back and keep doing this like, what they call like yo-yo dieting and stuff. And it's just like an awkward thing, and you're always feeling bad about yourself no matter how thin you are. And that just makes you gain more weight. And so before I knew it, I was over 200 pounds. A few years passed, and I lost a little bit more weight, and then finally got to my peak weight, well into the 200s. And I just felt bad about myself. And it was at that point that I realized that I was not only unhappy with myself, but I was going down a really dangerous path. And I think that that's the point where you just kind of sit back and you're like, I have to do something. And I don't care if I fit into a size 0 ever again. And I don't care if I look fat in that dress, or I'm just not as cute or whatever anymore. it becomes more about caring about your health, making sure that you don't take this life for granted, and that you just really take care of your body. And at that point, I started on Weight Watchers. And with that attitude change, I began to realize that my problem was that I had a food addiction. And I think a lot of people can relate to that now. I think that, it becomes a matter of you eat socially, and then you also eat when you are emotional, whether it be, you know, feeling sad or feeling really happy or celebrating, or just, social events. You go out and you eat, and then you come home and you eat. And it just becomes this like really crazy cycle where you're eating all the time, even when you're not hungry, and you're eating to make yourself feel better, but you're also eating because you feel good, and, just all these like crazy things when you're not, and you're not eating to give yourself energy. So I think that that's something that maybe a lot of people struggle with, or a lot of people are having problems with, and they don't even realize it, because I certainly never thought to myself, oh, I'm addicted to food, I need to like stop. Because food is something that's so necessary. It's something that's so normal. And it doesn't seem fair that everyone else is going through life eating food all the time and never getting fat or overweight, or, never reaching the point of obesity and actually having to worry about health problems. And especially, like, I would encourage you, if you do feel like you have some sort of food addiction, really reflect on that. Think about what it is that's triggering that need for food, what it is that's triggering the action of eating, and begin to think about what is that actually doing to your body. And also, if you struggle with a food addiction, you're not alone. If you struggle with being overweight, you're not alone. If you feel helpless in it, you're definitely not alone in that either. And I am here to give you guys advice and tips, and to talk about this every once in a while when it's on my heart and I feel like maybe the world needs a little dose of inspiration, or healthy inspiration in their life. So that's all that I have for now, but it was a little bit heavy. Sorry. I will definitely do a fun video soon, ASAP as possible, and I will make sure that I do something that you will enjoy. So anyways, make sure you hit the subscribe button, subscribe to my videos. I want to get as many people subscribing as I can, so continue to do that. Leave me comments if you have been suffering with food addictions or with a weight loss journey of your own, if you're on one of those or know someone who is, and you have any comments, suggestions, tips, questions, leave that in the comments, and definitely subscribe to my videos. Thanks, guys!